started journaling because I need something else to do with my pens. Can we talk about journaling real quick? Because Tony has been helping me out with like things about journaling and things. Can I tell you what I discovered yesterday, Tony? Do you mind? I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you'll say yes, and I'm sure even if you said no, I'd say I'm gonna do it anyway. So what I'm finding. Oops. Sorry, I need some more water. What I'm finding with my journal. So the thing that's the hesitancy of journaling has always been like, okay, how do I talk to myself about myself, right? That's what, I've always seen journaling to be. Sorry, I'm trying not to spill this water. So yeah, it's like, do I want to do like Ice Cube and say, today it was a good day? It's like, I don't know how honest I can be with myself doing that. Hey, morning, Sarah. Duracell ads. We've got a bunch of new ads today. Sorry, I'm really trying not to spill this water. I know that looks weird on the camera, but I have a lid on here. So, one of the things, what I've discovered recently is I've enjoyed writing down the stories in my head that I can only tell to myself. And this is like maybe about something I read today on the internet, or something I learned about a musician today that, I found out listening to a song or reading a song lyric. Hey, Jerica, you were in the. I was talking about you earlier. You got picked finally in the queue, in the envelope queue. So I'm not writing real life fiction. I'm basically telling the story that I'm already telling in my head that I want to share with someone else, but I don't have anyone to share it with. Right? That sounds kind of sad, like when you say it that way. But like, I wanted to learn more about a song lyric yesterday, so I went and read a bunch about it and listened to a bunch of interviews by the artist, and then I wanted to remember that. So like, I told myself the story of what I learned about the song and the writer. So I don't know, it's not fiction at all. It's like if I had this is going to sound so stupid. If I had another version of me sitting across from me, this is the cool thing I'd want to tell me today. Right? Because I got some enjoyment from it and I learned something from it. But I don't necessarily have that person at the time where I was going to write in my journal to have that discussion with. Right? So it's like my head is always like talking stories to myself. And my wife also catches me, like I'll be sitting across the room, we'll be in the same room, and I'll just be like mouthing something and like, doing like head movements because I'm having this conversation. And like a lot of the articles I write, I've already written in my head beforehand. So like I can actually type the article fast because a lot of times I've already written it in my head. And the journaling is kind of the same way, even though it's like not about pen stuff at all. Yeah, always telling stories to myself. So, a lot of times, I just get off on kicks and like I enjoyed what I did yesterday, right? So I wanted to tell myself about it as a reminder, even though it's not like, hey, my day was good today. Elizabeth made good grades in school and, we won a baseball tournament this weekend. And like, I'm not motivated to journal that. I've lived it and I've enjoyed being in those moments. Do I need to capture them again? Right? So that's been my hesitancy in journaling. And there's value to that, but maybe not for me. So like I wrote 2 pages just about this song yesterday, about how I felt about it. And I wasn't telling anyone but me. And I got more out of that than saying it was sunny and 95 yesterday and it was hot as balls and I hated it. I'm ready for it to be cold. It's September. But I wrote that this song really moved me, and I'm like very impressed. That's where I'm at right now. Jericho, let me read what you said here. Yeah, so like what Jericho's saying in the chat, it's like I experienced a thing. Here's how that thing made me feel, as opposed to like checklist journaling. You know, what you think you're supposed to journal about. I wrote about, you know, I wrote about a song because I wanted to remember it, and because I liked it, and it changed me, like even for that second, and I thought that was good to write down. I enjoyed that. So, uh, Cal, I think that's the thing that kept me from doing it for so long. Now, I still write personal stuff about me. Like if I have a bad day, I try to sort out what was like really like the roadblock, you know. Like I do that too. Like I totally try to like figure those things out and write. Sometimes writing it down, you just start going and it all comes out. And like I'm totally about that. But the expectation that that's what your journal should be about is not something that works for me, right? Where everything seems trite or a form of complaining, right? I totally get that. Like I see that with how I thought of journaling. So I'm trying to not think of it that way. You know, if there's a day where I need to like spout some words just to clear my head, and I need to just yell at the damn book until all the words come out, I'm going to do it. But those days are few and far between, and sometimes it works out. But yeah, I'm finding a different use for the journal than I expected it to, which for me is necessary because I wouldn't succeed in doing it otherwise, right? I wouldn't succeed with the weather report and what my mood was today. And that works for some people. That works for a lot, a lot of people. And like Jerica says, I talk about my family too, like the good and the bad. Like, hey, we argued about this thing today, and boy, I was dumb and stupid. But that's not my everyday. My everyday is more, I don't know, storytelling driven, just in the stories I want to tell myself and remember, or something like that. It's hard to explain because I didn't expect it to be this way at all. Like I guess it probably came out of the frustration of what the expectation of a journal is, and for everyone it's different. And I was trying to meet someone else's expectation of what should go in this page, because it's a journal, and this is how you journal, and this is what you journal about, and you just got to figure out what works for you. And I'm still trying to figure that out. But yesterday I kind of had this thing where I was like, I just want to write about this song and the songwriter that I learned about. So yeah, that's what I did. And at the end, I was like, yeah, I liked writing about that. I'm going to do that again. Whenever, I don't know what the next thing is that's going to go in there, but yeah, cool. That felt good. Like I enjoyed writing that. Like that was worthwhile for me, and it gave me that kind of feeling that was good. So like we could do it. We need to do a journaling stream one day. Although that'd be kind of hard. This is a journaling stream.